Dear friends, Namaskar. I am indeed happy to join all of you today, even though not actually, but I am sure this review of 2.5 years tenure of Prime Minister Modi will bring you a lot of joy and happiness about what's happening in India. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, India is undergoing a massive transformation, and that transformation is in every sector of life. May it be economy, may it be defense, security, may it be healthcare, may it be jobs, and may it be skill development. And the credit goes to the integrated approach Prime Minister Modi is adopting towards all of these schemes. Therefore, these schemes are not the schemes in isolation, but there is a larger design behind it. Take the financial schemes. He started with Jan Dhan Yojana, by which 200 million new accounts have been opened, giving accessibility to people to the banking system. Then he started giving the direct benefits of all subsidies to the bank accounts of these poor and needy, and therefore removing the middlemen and corruptions. And then now he has hit the black money, first by announcing the amnesty scheme by which people can declare their black money, and afterwards demonetization. Of course, there are some troubles and some issues with the implementation of demonetization at practical level, and people are having some inconvenience. But the most surprising thing is that the people who are having inconvenience, that is common man, are actually supporting Prime Minister Modi's this initiative overwhelmingly, and as all opinion polls show, there is overwhelming support to demonetization. Then take the case of giving the clean fuel to poor. What we did was first again to start giving the subsidies to cooking gas cylinder directly into the bank account, and then again removing the corruption. Afterwards, Prime Minister Modi appealed to people that those who can afford to buy gas cylinders at a market rate should give up subsidy. And to your surprise, more than 12 million people have supported this scheme and voluntarily given up the subsidies. Then Prime Minister Modi announced that the money saved because of this give up scheme will be utilized to give new gas connections to people who require, and therefore there is a now big scheme that has come up whereby the poor and needy people are being provided free gas connections. Already more than 50 lakh people, 5 million people have been provided free gas connection, getting them rid of the fossil fuel, especially coal and the woods, through which the house women were getting exposed to the toxic gases, and they are getting very clean energy, and also they are getting very quick turnover time in the kitchen, which can be further utilized for other productive purposes. So these are some integrated approach. Our rural electrification schemes, we have a target of giving electricity to 10,000 villages in less than 3 years, and we have already halfway through it. So these are the developmental schemes. What about national security? In the national security front also, after surgical strikes, Pakistan has realized that we cannot be taken for granted. And defense policy is, as usual, linked tightly with the foreign policy. On foreign policy front, I did not have to elaborate what are the achievements of Prime Minister Modi. he was in Australia in 2014 and you have seen the grand success. But over a period of 2.5 years, there is emerging Modi doctrine that world is witnessing. And I must tell you that there are some salient features of this emerging Modi doctrine. First, there is a very clear-cut link and integration between India's domestic policies as well as the foreign policies. That means the domestic schemes like Digital India, Swachh Bharat, Make in India, they all have now becoming also objectives of our foreign policies. We have also overcome the restraints of hesitations of history by in past we used to have hesitations of not approaching certain countries or getting scared of certain countries because of the domestic compulsions. The classic examples is our relations with Israel. But now what we are doing is that at same time we have excellent relations with Saudi Arabia, Iran and UAE, and also relations with Israel have now reached new heights. Then reaching the unreached is the third principle of emerging Modi doctrine. You might be surprised to know that there were 68 countries in where no senior minister has gone in last several years or maybe never. So Prime Minister Modi has given target that at least one senior minister will visit in all these 68 countries by December end, and by then close to 130 countries will be approached by India, which is a record by itself. We are also showing the leadership role on several issues such as environment, solar energy, etc., and world is appreciating it. Of course, I don't have to tell you about the emerging Indian diaspora, engaging with Indian diaspora, which you have seen Prime Minister Modi's events at several places. Approximately 15 such events took place, and everywhere the response of diaspora is overwhelming. Last but not least is that we have overcome the strategic restraint when we crossed LOC and given a fitting reply to the terrorist attack by Pakistan. So, in a nutshell, India's domestic, economic, foreign policy and defense policy, they are now tightly integrated, and we are making very good progress in all this. In that context, I would like to appeal you to join Overseas Friends of BJP, because this is an outreach platform through which we can propagate, help, and also get involved in various schemes of Prime Minister Modi. There is already a platform called as India Development Foundation IDF, which is set up by the Ministry of External Affairs, where non-resident Indians can contribute to the social schemes such as toilet building, Swachh Bharat, etc. From wherever they are, and they will get complete accountability of these by the government. So in this therefore I appeal all of you to wholeheartedly support and participate in OFBJP activities in Australia, and also developmental schemes of Prime Minister Modi. Thank you very much.